guys, so I'm going to be doing a quick, comparison and review of my two helmets. The first helmet that I ever got, and I'll probably end up still using it every once in a while, and so that tells you something about it right there, but it's the Bell Qualifier, and I really enjoyed this helmet, but there are some pros and cons of getting this helmet. The first pro is when I got it, it was $109. Good bang for your buck. A few of the things I really liked about this helmet was it was bright. Of course, it has some black on it, but that red really stands out, and I have a red bike. And so that may or may not matter to you, but to me, I thought that was a cool thing, and especially when I got into riding, talking my parents into letting me ride bright, being visible on the road was a big thing. So if that's one thing that you want, I mean, you can also do that with the LS2, but they have some odd colors, and so, I mean, some off designs and stuff. So this was fairly minimal. It had some, like, I don't know how to describe it, but just some straight jagged lines, and gray and black and red, and I like those colors. So I have a couple of cons to this helmet though, and the big thing is it's loud. It's really loud, and I hadn't even had a helmet before, but I knew that it wasn't supposed to be this loud. Because, I mean, just riding around on your bike, it shouldn't be annoying. I mean, if you're wearing a helmet, I mean, I know a lot of times people will say, oh, well, you need to get earplugs for your, while you're riding your bike. Well, I don't like to go and stick earplugs in my ears every time I put my helmet on, so I feel like you shouldn't have to do that. And later you'll find out the LS2 doesn't have any problems keeping out noise. I mean, compared to this one, it's almost like you're not wearing a helmet whenever you're riding, once you actually are up to speed and stuff. And you also have a big problem with wind noise. Wind noise, I didn't even realize was going to be a big problem when you're wearing a helmet. I mean, of course, you don't really think about it but until you get one, but it's very loud with the wind. And your head kind of, I don't know how to describe it other than it feels like somebody puts their hand on top of your head and starts shaking your head back and forth whenever you get above 55 miles an hour or so. And I do not have that problem with the LS2. Of course, the LS2 is a more expensive and a more race helmet. So, of course, you're going to have different air patterns around the helmet. So you're also going to be, I mean, it is a race shape helmet as well, so you're going to have that on your side whenever you're getting above 55 miles an hour. Another thing I noticed about this one is it's fairly round versus the LS2 is more narrow. And you can also see it from the back, it's just more streamlined. And one other thing that I really didn't know I cared about until I, of course, had it happen, but I was riding, going about 70 miles an hour, and I turned my head to the side, and somehow, I guess this little gap right here, or something, but wind caught it, and threw my whole windshield up all the way to the top. And speaking of that, there's another thing that's bad about the Qualifier is it's so extremely loud, and it's kind of like hard to move and clanky, and I actually had to get that smoke lens separate, and it was about $40-ish, and so you're talking about about $9 for the helmet, plus tax, shipping, and all that. But then you're talking about $40 for the extra lens. So that's pretty much what you're dealing with prices on that one. But one of the things I love about the LS2 is that you have this locking mechanism right here. So whenever you put it down, it's staying down, which, like I said, I didn't know I needed until I had that problem. So one of the other things that you didn't know, or that you don't know until you have both of the helmets side by side, is that you can tell a difference in how thick each one of these is. And these are pretty thin and flimsy, and I mean, these are pretty thick. I mean, I don't want to bend it too much, but like you can definitely tell it's a lot stiffer. And so that was one big bonus for me, especially if a rock flies up and hits you or is flying up towards your face. I would much rather have this in front of my face instead of that. So that's another big plus. They both come with bags. This one's for the LS2. The one that came with the Qualifier was solid red, and then it had, I believe, a black stripe down the middle, kind of like this. It had a black stripe and it said Bell across the middle. But that was some of the main things that I wanted to go over. The one other thing that I noticed was this helmet, whenever you put it through the D-rings and then you come back, you can put all this extra slack across to this other ring. And so you get to come back and there's no slack. Now on the LS2, you can't. There is no ring on this side. So once you actually get that through, once you actually get it looped, you've got all of this just kind of hanging out here, which may flap against your neck. I haven't had that issue, but it still kind of bothers me a little bit just knowing that it could. Another thing is, like, this one, like I was saying, how whenever you're going high speeds, it's a lot more stable. But one complaint I have about that is I actually turned it to the side whenever I was going down the road, and it has an odd whistle to it. Like, it's very high pitched and it's very subtle. You can't hear it unless you're looking for it, or unless it's unless you're going pretty fast, and then whenever you turn you can hear it. The louder you, or the faster you go, the louder you can hear it. But I don't know if that's because I had my vents open or closed or anything like that. I haven't really messed with that too much to try and figure out what it is, because it doesn't bother me enough. It's subtle, you can hear it, but it's not really bothering me. I wanted to tell you guys, if you stayed towards the end, that I actually got a really, really good deal on this. I ended up paying almost identically the same price for this $200 helmet as I did for that one. And how I did this was, somebody that also rides at my school told me that you can go to Motorcycle Closeout. And originally I was wanting the black with the like kind of gray accents on the helmet, and they didn't have that one, but they had this one. And so I was like, it's hard to pass that up when this one was, it was $120 with shipping, and it was an extra 10 or 20 bucks for the actual black visor, because it comes with the clear. Well, both of them came with the clear, and then the smoked is an add-on. So whenever I did that, it all added up to be $140 with tax, shipping, and everything. Now this one I had Prime shipping, and so I got it in 2 days. With them, I think it took right around 4 or 5 days, but that wasn't a big deal to me. It was I believe it rained one or two of those days, and so it's not like it was like killing me to not ride it. Thanks guys for watching, and definitely make sure to like this video and let me know what I can do better, if anything. And if you guys don't mind, hit the subscribe button. I also do Moto Vlogs, and so I have 2 of those up right now, and well, you might be able to hear the rain outside, but it's been raining, and so I haven't been able to do another one of those this week. But I will be doing one as soon as it clears up and I'm able to ride. But for now, this is what I'm gonna do. But let me know if I can do anything better on the vlogs, and if I can do better on the reviews, let me know. And you guys have a good day.